It's been a good long while since we made a video, and we've got some exciting improvements and additions to Odin Inspector that we wanted to share. In Unity, creating a public or serialized type field results in nothing showing up in the inspector, since it can't be serialized by the default Unity serializer. However, with Odin and the revamped and more responsive Type Selector, you can select types in the inspector. Plus, with the newest version of the Type Selector, you have even more ways to customize the results. You can find the type customization window in the Odin preference window under General and then Type Selector. The customization window can also be opened from the inspector by using the cog icon next to any Odin drawn type field. The customization window allows you to give a type a custom display name, a category, an icon, as well as custom colors. These settings can make it easier to find desired types or help distinguish between types with similar names. Going further, you can toggle the visibility of a type, mark a type as illegal, or set the priority of the type. If a type is marked as illegal, Odin will give warnings when attempting to select that type. Additionally, the Odin validator will also give warnings if an illegal type is used. If a particular type will be frequently selected, setting a high priority can help to make sure that that type shows up at the top of the results. In addition to these customization improvements, you also now have access to 3 new attributes that can help filter and customize your inspectors. The Type Selector Settings attribute gives control of results when assigning types in the inspector. The attribute has 4 optional parameters: show categories, show none item, prefer namespaces, and filter type function. The first options do as their name suggests. The filter type function parameter is a little bit more complicated in that it takes in the name of a function. The function itself must take in a type as an incoming parameter and will return a Boolean value when the type should be shown. The Type Selector attribute also works for interfaces. You can select any class that implements an interface with all the customization options of the attribute. The polymorphic drawer setting attribute provides options for polymorphic fields rendered by Odin. Options include show base type as hint in the inspector, as well as marking the field as read only if a value has been set and the field is not null. The non-default constructor preferences parameter has 4 options. Setting the parameter to exclude will exclude any default constructors that are available. If only a default constructor is available, no results will be shown. Setting it to construct ideal will attempt to find the most straightforward constructor, prioritizing default values. If it's set to prefer uninitialized, it will call formatter services.getUninitializedObject if no default constructor is found. And if it's set to log warning, a warning will be displayed if the object is constructed without a default constructor. The type registry item attribute has access to many of the same settings that are in the type customization window. This includes a display name, icon, priority, as well as colors for the light and dark theme. The second new feature we wanted to show off is the new localization window. This is not a new localization system, but rather a reorganization of the tools already available with Unity. Out of the box, Unity's localization system is spread out over multiple windows, with some functionality in project settings, more options in windows with individual localization tables, and still more options in other windows. While the system works, in our opinion, it could be reorganized for a better and easier workflow. The new localization window condenses all the system features into a single easy-to-use editor window with better performance, even with thousands of entries. If you're looking for resources on how to use Unity's localization system, we'll put some links in the description below. But in this video, we want to focus on how Odin improves the experience of using the localization system and less so on how to use the localization system. To get started, we need to open the localization window, which can be found under Tools, Odin, and then Localization window. From the window, we can get started by creating new locales. Simply press the Locales Generator button on the right. From there, we simply toggle which locales we'd like to use in our project and press Add Locales. We'll get a pop-up window to choose the location in the project that you want to store the new files. Next, we create our localization tables, and we'll start with a string table. It'll need a name and a folder location. With the table created, we can now see the table listed on the left, including the name of its parent folder. To open the table in the localization window, simply click the name of the table. To see the features of the window, let's first add a couple entries. And pretty quickly, you can see the table gets wider than the window. Pressing the resize columns to fit will help with sizing. If the table is still too wide, there's a scroll bar at the bottom of the window. For additional navigation, you can use the middle mouse button on your window to click and drag the window. And of course, the columns can also be manually resized at the top of the table. If you want to work on one particular language, compare them side by side, or lock multiple columns, the pin icon at the top of each column can be used to pin the column, with the rest of the columns still free to move. Odin Localization window also supports smart strings with syntax highlighting for uses such as singular and plural switching. As you work, you can control the visibility of locales using the toggles on the right. If you hold Alt while clicking on a locale, all other locales will be toggled off, and the one you clicked on will be turned on or remain on. If you hold Control and click, all locales will do the same thing as the locale you clicked on, either all turn off or all turn on. At the top right of the window, you have access to adding metadata, including any custom types you may have created for your project. The metadata window also supports drawing with Odin. For example, you can make use of Odin groups with your metadata, and that formatting will be shown in the metadata window. To further explore the window, let's create an asset table. If we click on the Create Table button, we can then add an asset table to our localization, much in the same way as we added a string table. Then, just like before, we can add keys and add our localized assets. We have all the same functionality as with string tables, but with a few extra helpful buttons. Next to each asset, there is a pencil icon to open the inspector for the asset, a button to select the asset, as well as a folder icon to show the asset in the operating system folder. The Odin Localization window works well with thousands of entries and several locales. The window stays snappy and responsive, quickly sorting columns, pinning columns, toggling locales. It all gets done quickly and easily. We think these improvements to the Type Selector and the all-in-one localization window all add up to an easier and better workflow within the Unity game engine. We hope that these improvements are interesting and better yet useful for you and your project.